Boom. Starting the stream and I'm starting
Boom,
Twitch.
bazooka.
Boy, if you don't fucking boom.
What? What's that say?
Alright, listen. I need to check if we're live. Obviously. I should make another intro video. I should probably do that. Alright, we're
I could help you with it.
Yeah, maybe. Alright, we're live now, but that's not the dashboard. Where the fuck is the dashboard? Man, YouTube's scamming me. Alright, boom. What's up, SVR? How you doing, man? Bro, that guy like sent a message before the stream even started. That's crazy. What's up, SVR? Just put
Should I go widescreen?
If you want. Alright, stream
If I
manager.
want. Really?
Well, yeah, if you want, then do it, boy.
It's an answer that you answer, not me. When I ask others, should I do this? Should I do that? It's more of like I don't want to make the decision.
Welcome everybody back to the Loophole Podcast. I'm your host Loopie. Alongside me is your host Jelani Muna, and we got Mike here.
Yes, I'm a guest. I'm a guest.
You're
Not a
guest.
host, guys.
You're not a host. You're not that important. I'm joking.
Nope.
I'm joking.
I am not important
I'm joking.
for
Bro.
being a host. I'm not joking. I'm not important to be a host. I can be a guest and still have the same effect.
Yeah, I was about to get into that, bro. I was about to say, like, yo, you know, the reason, and, you know, I decided to include, you know, homies into the podcast is just to get rid of this whole, like, lords and peasants, you know, bullshit that was kind of, like, roaming around on the podcast. Like, I didn't want, like, people who... Because people ask to be on my podcast, and I'm like, no, because, like, we don't just bring anybody, but then at, like... We're, you know, not even a single person watches our shit, so why the fuck am I gonna be this selective? Anyways, Jelani Muna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. You know, I'm doing amazing. I had an amazing episode last night, and it makes me feel great.
Well, I'm glad it makes you feel great. Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty all right. I just came home from college for a few weeks.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're home. Welcome back home, my friend.
Also, check your iMessage.
I don't even know what the... You know what they look like. I already showed you.
Okay.
How you doing, Loopy?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Man, it's been a fucking tough fucking day. I've just been feeling like shit. I ate pizza. That shit made me shit. I took a shit in the public bathroom, like, and I was having pineapple juice and shit like that, and then I was like, oh shit, I got a shit. So I went to go take a shit in a public bathroom, and that shit was fucking disgusting. Bro, fucking toilet paper scattered everywhere, piss on the floor, piss on the toilet. I was literally just doing the fucking, you know, the toilet paper trick. You know, you put toilet paper on the toilet seat, and then you sit on it, and then you're fully sanitized, you know what I mean? And bro...
That's a private bathroom.
Nah, man, it's public. Anyways.
Oh, wait, where were you?
I was at a restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. Or, no, it was more a cafe. I you know, we went from the restaurant to a different cafe. I had pineapple juice, and I guess that was the moment that things just fucked up. Then I went over there, and I was like, yo, taking a shit. So I took my shit, but I guess I wasn't done or something like that, because I had to shit once again. And then...
Johnny?
Once I was done taking a shit...
Loopy, shut up. Loopy,
listen,
shut
I'm
up.
talking.
Johnny, I like...
Boy, if you don't... Boy, alright. Anyways, I finished taking a shit, and then, you know, like, I just put one of those NI fucking flyers, and I put them on the fucking, you know, like, side of the toilet. So, you know, like... You know, while they're taking a piss or taking a shit, bro, they got something to read, they got something to visit. NI.shop, all about positivity. I'm going to finish my story once Mike finishes what he's saying, because I just unserver muted. Yeah. You can talk.
Okay. All right, finish your story, Loopy.
Okay. So, after that, we went from the cafe all the way to a tech store. We were just fucking window shopping, bro. We were just looking at shit. Alright? And then guess what? I was at the computer aisle with the fucking inevitable need to take yet another shit.
Are you sure you're not lactose intolerant? Because you said you had pizza earlier.
Yeah, but I'm guessing something happened, bro. I drink milk coffee every single morning, man. Things just can't be like that, bro. So I needed to
there's a
take another
tech store
shit.
with there's tech stores with display windows where you live.
What?
You're window shopping.
Oh my god, bro, this fucking. Anyways, so I needed to take a
No,
shit.
I'm serious. I never hear window shopping
Bro, window
in
shopping
tech
is just
stores.
no. Window shopping is literally just a term for like looking at shit but without buying it.
Looking around the aisles. I do that at Walmart.
Yeah, I do that everywhere. So, anyways,
Same, to be honest.
I needed to take a shit. But the closest bathroom to me, hello, Livy, the closest bathroom to me, I thought was back at the mall. But then I overheard a worker going like, no, you just got to go left and then all the way over there to the bathroom. So then I was like, oh, well, goddamn. All right, there's a bathroom. Cool. So then I wait my turn, all right, because someone was there before me. I waited. The guy was done. All right, cool. Thankfully, this bathroom was a lot cleaner than the other one. So I was like, you know what? This is cool. I was taking a shit. There was 2 locks, so I locked with 2 locks. And as I was locking with 2 locks, see the door handle going down. So I thought that was the door breaking. So I went to go take a shit. Had a nice shit. I was continuing to take a shit, but during the fucking moment, door handle goes. I'm like, what the fuck? I was thinking maybe, after the first attempt, maybe you could take the hint that somebody is in that fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
So I continue taking my shit, and bro, mind you, that shit's fucking like a viscous fucking volcano. I'm telling you, bro, that shit was shit. All right.
Hey.
That was around the time that I messaged you, Livy, because holy shit. No, let me tell you.
Yeah, he
something.
messaged me saying, I'm in a shitty situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought he was actually in a bad situation until I was like, oh, what's up? And he was just like, oh, I'm just taking a shit. So I was like, oh, you're literally in a shitty situation. So,
I'm literally in a shitty situation. That is fucking terrible. But let me tell you something. This fucking old lady tries once again. Door handle goes down. So I was about ready to scream, you know what I mean? So I was thinking to myself, next time she fucking uses the door handle, I'm gonna scream, hey, I'm in here, you fucking idiot. Right? Because when you're taking
In English?
shit, no, in French. When you're
which is what?
No.
Say it
shut
in French.
up. Let me finish my story. Okay, anyways. Listen. When you're inside taking a shit in a public bathroom, do you want to manifest yourself and be like, yo, hey, it's occupied, I'm taking a shit? No. You're just trying to take a shit
I
in
do that.
peace. So do you
Yes,
think,
I have to do that.
after the first attempt of somebody trying to open a locked door, that maybe just
I had to do that in
somebody
France. I had
is
to
in
say,
there?
I had to try, tell a French person that I'm in the toilet. So I was like, ah! I kind of screamed a little bit because I don't know French. So I was like, and they're like, oh, do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are your bathrooms unisex?
That one was because it was both
Was it
times.
disabled?
Both times it was. Yeah, it was unisex.
Yeah,
We
the
need
one I was
unisex
in was.
bathrooms.
It was unisex, and it was also for disabled people. So goddamn, that you can't get any more diverse than that, man. Like, the only thing that ever got close to being diverse, man, was a Disney movie. Anyways,
I once took a liquidy shit in the women's restroom, and the reason it's a good reason once I tell you.
bro.
There's
Okay.
only at my former workplace there were only 2 toilets for men and women, and the men's restroom was out. And also, I usually don't take shits at work, and I had to really go for one day.
That's some crazy.
It was
shit.
scary.
Yeah.
You know, people gonna walk in that bathroom thinking you dropped a miscarriage on that toilet. I swear. Anyways, um,
Fuck.
but yeah. So you know, I was still in there, right? And then this woman finally, you know, this woman complains to a fucking worker at the tech store. You don't know how fucking embarrassed I am. Like, bitch, you couldn't just take the hint. Oh, the door's locked. Maybe somebody's in there. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna wait. This fucking boink, bro. I swear. So somebody asks, "Is somebody in there?" And I'm like, "Yes, somebody is in there." So then, just like, all right. And then my mom calls me and I'm like, yeah, hello, yeah, I'll be there right soon. My mom tells me, yeah, there's an old lady waiting for you. And I'm like, yeah, she's going to have to wait. I was literally taking a shit, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'll be right there. Yeah, let me wash my hands, mother. Let me wash my hands. Oh, my God. So I wash my hands. Everything's fine. But God fucking damn, bro. I never been so stressed. In the fucking bathroom. People are stupid, man. All I'm hoping is that they go home fucking... take their kids to school, help kids with their homework, and fucking piss off, alright? Like, Christmas time, people are stupid as fuck. So, yes, I had a really bad day today.
Wow. Wait, so it didn't have on the bathroom, like, it didn't show, like, occupied or, like, it didn't have that, like, because...
I had 2 locks on that motherfucker. 2. There was one, the only way you could unlock that shit was with a code. And the other one?
Was that in the place that I went to? Or?
No, nowhere near. Tech place.
Okay, cool.
It was a tech store.
Loopy, can I go to this place if I ever go to where you live?
Well, yes, if you can walk, you can go there. So then...
Bold assumption.
There was
assumption.
Well, there was another lock under that code lock thing. So I put 2 locks at that motherfucker, and she didn't take that bitch. Did not even take the hint.
Well, of course not.
When
If the person in the store doesn't
door,
say anything about being in the toilet, then you'd automatically assume that the door is either broken or it's locked from the inside.
Look, if the door is locked, take the hint. You know what I mean? Maybe
Well, if the door is locked, you'd be like, oh, the door's locked. Why is it not working?
Nah, the door.
Unless somebody says, hey, I'm in here, you'd think the door is broken.
Look, while I'm taking a shit, I'm trying to have a peaceful shit. I shouldn't have to manifest myself being like, yeah, occupied. I'm just taking
next time, learn your lesson.
Nah, next time, next time I'm just gonna hostile scream at people. I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm shitting here.
How would you say that in French?
Je suis en train de chier.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go in a few minutes.
Good. I'm kidding.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. All right. Anyway, before I leave, Jelani, I appreciate that you're drinking still water instead of sparkling water. There's this. Okay, so I watch YouTube Shorts, right? Because TikTok gets boring, and YouTube Shorts, for my algorithm, YouTube Shorts is way more conservative, and they show a lot of take clips. And one of those take clips is of him saying, sparkling water is for the rich, and still water it's like tap water, and it makes me think. It makes me want to say to his face, "Shut the fuck up! I can still be rich and drink still water." And from what I've seen, what looked like you were drinking was still water. Yeah.
Yes.
Sparkling water is demon water.
Oh yeah.
Fuck sparkling water. That shit tastes weird.
It's not even that bad.
When I was at my old job, one of my managers had sparkling water, and they gave it to me. Like they gave me like a new bottle of sparkling water. I forgot the name of it, but they gave it to me. I tasted it, and I want to throw that away.
Bro, especially if it's old sparkling water. There's sparkling water, and then there's like just sparkling water that's just been out there for like too long, and it just tastes like salted water. It's just disgusting. It's best to take sparkling water when it just came out the fridge and it's chill. You know what I mean? I mean, it's nobody's preference. You know what I mean? But if that was the only thing that was out there, y'all would be drinking that shit.
Yeah,
But
if it had flavor in it, it'd be better. It's
yeah,
because there's no flavor.
it could have flavor. I guess it's kind of like Perrier.
Yeah.
But
What is that you're eating there, Mike?
What?
What is that? Cheetos?
Mm-hmm.
bro,
Oh, flaming hot.
I want flaming hot Cheetos,
Mm-hmm.
man. I haven't had that shit since like July last year, man.
When you eat an entire thing of Chick-fil-A sauce, I'll send you another bag.
Well, I'm. Well, you would have to also send me Chick-fil-A sauce, you fuckfoot.
Yeah.
And,
You know, I sent you a package. I don't know if it got lost. It's
wait,
actually an envelope. You'll show it in the next podcast. I hope it's there
if
in
it's
time.
there, yeah. I mean, Scheme sent me an envelope full of stickers and shit, so like, I think it might be,
Acid.
why?
Did you put down the right address?
Yeah,
Me.
yeah. He sent me the envelope and it looked correct.
Like a picture of the envelope, not the envelope itself.
Oh, yeah. Well, I sent a package like 3 weeks ago and I still haven't gotten that.
Wait, let me see if you actually like. I gotta like
Mhm.
Microsoft that shit.
I'm gonna put on my socks
Yeah,
and shoes.
that looks just fine. I think. Yeah. And then there's. Good thing you put your address on there. Maybe I might send you something too.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
But that's your.
Why?
You should send me like some old tech of your. What old tech do you have?
Bro, I don't have fucking shit
I'm already
that I can
on
send you
it.
tech wise, bro. I got rid of all my like old.
Yeah,
tech
probably.
Like I got rid of all my old tech shit since I moved, bro.
Aren't devices still adapted for like PAL and shit?
Depends. I mean, it nowadays PAL and NTSC don't really make that much of a difference because I mean they're somewhat optimized in the same way. But
Loopie,
if
I'm
we're
gonna
talking
show you
old
something.
shit,
I'm gonna show you a little thingy. Okay, it's right here. Ugh. Hold on. I'm gonna show you something.
all right.
Here they are. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm gonna wear these today.
Okay,
What are
let's see it.
those?
They're not my most expensive shoes.
Jesus Christ. Can tell.
Well,
Look at
I
these
mean,
shit. Look.
as long as they're shoes, it doesn't matter. That's
Right.
why
It doesn't fucking matter. I've had these for 3 years. I bought them as a joke, and
Raggedy
I just
ass
put them through.
fucking
I put crease guards in here. It didn't work. Now look.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean you bought
Absolutely.
them as a joke?
Because black forces are like a meme. Were a meme at the time.
Oh.
What the hello? Shit. Couldn't even pick up my phone properly. Good morning.
Wait,
I mean,
but
if it wasn't for the meme, I would actually look them as good. But now that I look at black forces, I'm like,
I gotta
you
use
just
this
want to be strong. But I just wear them for the sake of like these are just my beat up shoes, my beaters.
Nope.
yeah.
God damn it.
Wait.
All right.
Loopy though, speaking about like mail and everything, I was watching like an old video of Deji's PO box opening. Would you ever do a PO box opening?
That would be way too expensive, and plus, I don't think people. I don't think people would send me anything. I'm not that worthy yet. I don't think. But it would be dope. It would be dope. If like friends and things like that like were to do something like this, I mean, a few people around my circle kind of know where I live and shit like that. So I mean, it's mostly their due diligence. If they want to send me something, it's fine.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go now.
Really only give my
Y'all
address
enjoy
to people.
yourselves.
All right, man. You have a good one, Mike. I only give my
Me
address to
too.
people who I like really trust. Like, Mike sent me something, Livy sent me something. Cobra knows where I live, but he didn't send me shit. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I was gonna get you some NI, bro, but I got fucking like advertising and shit to do, so I was like, ah, fuck.
I mean, it's all fine though. It's all fine. If you have the time to send me it, it's good. But I'd rather buy it because I want the money to go somewhere. You say all the money, all the profit goes to charity.
Mental health awareness is what it's all about, seriously.
Yeah,
So,
and especially being a content creator, that's very important.
hmm yeah,
Yeah.
gotta have
Um.
a cause that really uh, sticks with you throughout your, I guess, your entire upbringing in a way. And it's something like if you choose to commit to it every single day, it's definitely something that's exciting once you're able to properly spread that kind of good message and good vibes and everything.
Yeah. So on my last episode of JMS, like on my latest episode, I gave a message to people that want to be like content creators, and I say that, and in that episode, I've said that to be able to make it in the content creation world, you can't be too focused on hate because if you focus too much on hate, then you're not fit to be a content creator. What do you think about that?
True. I mean, might sound hypocritical of me because yeah, I just got off some fucking beef and shit like that, and bro, like that's my first beef in like a few years. I've behaved quite well if you really think about it.
Yeah.
But look, it doesn't bring anybody nowhere, and it definitely doesn't bring any money to anybody's like account or anything. It doesn't do shit like that. All right, and honestly, I'm I'm at the point where I should just simply stay out of it. Obviously, it's fun, I guess, in a way. Writing diss tracks, I definitely had the spice, and I definitely had the adrenaline to really get back into the swing of things, and I still do, man. And you know what I want to do, like from now on. I want to be able to full fledged, like edit a video and have it posted, once per week. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
if I can do that consistently, then people have something to look forward to, and it gives me the time to be like, all right, cool. Maybe by seeing what people want to see from me, I can give them what they want, and it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm getting back to my roots slowly but surely, but less about me. Yeah, like I said, hate is definitely not something that you should focus your entire career on. I did that for a moment in my life, and it got me in possibly the worst of situations. So when I see people around, the community and shit like that doing nothing but promoting hate, the worst kind of people are not the people who intentionally are bad. It's the people who think they're doing something right, but they are nothing but, you know, fucking
Yeah.
bootleg. They're nothing but bogus. Or
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the like the term for it,
I think
like
I
bogey or
remember it being like saviors, like something savior.
not really like savior, because it's mostly people who just like in their bios or in their description they're like, yeah, it's time to keep it real, or it's time to keep it 100, and shit like that, and positivity
Yeah.
and all of that shit. And then all you see is just them trashing other people and trashing other people's careers or whatever. And that's not the type of shit that I roll with. And
Yeah.
none of us got time for any of that, seriously. So the best thing for you to do as a content creator, for anybody to do as a content creator, is to focus on themselves and focus on the people that like you love the most. Because if you focus on the people that you love the most, you know what your end goal is eventually, and you know what to work on, and you know what to look forward to. And that's it. All right, and that's all content creation is all about. there's a lot that goes into content creation, and you never know what goes on in the mind of another human being. But um,
Yeah.
man, just fucking work on yourself, invest in yourself, because my homie Namson once said, time is definitely something that you cannot get back. It's the only resource that is given to you that you cannot get back. You cannot rewind
Yeah.
time. You cannot take it back. It's something that starts and it ends, and it's your choice how you end it.
Yeah, definitely. Though I do believe, like, see, and I remember I was watching a Twitch streamer, like an upcoming, like a new Twitch streamer. They were just starting out. They have like a few followers and everything, and they were constantly saying stuff about how like they were constantly saying stuff like, "Oh, we can't say this because of cancel culture and everything." And I want to say this is that I believe that cancel culture is not as extreme as what people think. It's because like I've seen a lot of popular content creators that don't care about getting canceled, and that's how they make it out. If you care too much about what other people think, you're not fit to be in this content creation world because you have to break that boundary.
Yeah,
Not saying that you should say like the worst type of stuff you can ever say. However, I don't think you should really focus too much of what other people think because at the end of the day, as long as you make the money that you can make, that's how you make it.
yeah,
And I use this analogy, right? Factory farm workers, the people that have to, kill animals to make the food that we eat today. They don't care about what vegans think because at the end of the day, they're only there to make money. They're only there so that they can make food for them to eat. Get
yeah,
money so that they can survive and eat. They don't care about what other people think they should eat. They only care about how they can eat.
yeah. Look, veganism is, bro. It's kind of weird how in this world we have certain groups of people. You know, there's being a vegetarian, and there's also being a vegan. Being a
Yeah.
vegetarian means that your diet, depending on your health issues, can only consist of fruits and vegetables. And that's fine, all right? People choose not to eat meat because, maybe it brings them some kind of illness or whatever, or disease, right? Being a
Mhm.
vegetarian is, you know, eating a select amount of food that you can eat and keeping your mouth shut because you seriously do not give a shit about society. Society, or no, veganism is you convince yourself every day that eating animals is wrong, and you force yourself to a certain diet that your body probably does not need, or your body probably cannot handle. All right. And I've seen a video of like some guy, and it's not Liver King, it's some random ass guy. It's like, oh, I'm 49 and I eat only raw food and raw vegetables, and this is how I look like, and I'm completely healthy, I'm completely fine. The guy literally looked like fucking Tales from the Crypt, bro. Like that. The guy looked like shit. All right, the guy looked like he was about to die tomorrow, and he said he was 49. Sure, he might look 24, but he's wrinkled as fuck. All right. So,
Yeah.
veganism is just people pushing themselves to the limit and really trying to convince themselves that eating animals is wrong. And it's like, bro, we've been a species for how fucking long? Like not billions, millions of
Million.
years, millions
Yeah,
and
million.
millions of years. We had to learn how to make fire. We had to learn how to kill animals. We had to learn how to make weapons to hunt those animals, and we had to figure out a good way to nourish ourselves. How
Yeah.
come that after millions of years, we choose 1 century to be like, yo, you know what, man? Eating animals is wrong. Did you know that? Wow, 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 wow. And then they make like fake steak or something like that, or like just
The Impossible Burger from Burger King.
yeah, the
I've
Impossible
seen that.
Burger or something like that. And I don't know what it's made of. All right,
Uh,
it's,
I think it's made of soy. Like, Like, actually, no, tofu, tofu. Yeah, tofu.
Isn't tofu from a animal, or am I tripping?
I don't think so. No, tofu's
Okay,
not from an animal, or else
okay,
they wouldn't be eating it.
yeah. I see, but again, some of the things that they eat probably already come from animals. All right. It depend. It seriously depends what they eat. They might think like, "Oh yeah, I'm eating cheese." Oh wait. Oh what? It came from a cow. Did it come from a cow? See, now I don't even know. Like I'm not
Well,
educated.
cheese comes from milk, so it does come from. It could come from a cow. It could come from a goat. Depends on how you get that milk.
Bro, nah, you said that. Pause, bro. Welcome back, as
No
viewers.
pause in here, bro.
Oh, shit, I ain't judging. I but yeah, so we have certain groups like that. So we have veganism, and then we have vegetarians, then we have feminists, and then we have people who just whatever, I guess. You have
Yeah.
transsexuals, and then you have transgenders. Transsexuals are more people who kind of recognize that they have gender dysphoria, and transgender people, I guess it's more of like battling transphobia, which I don't know. It's not anything bad. It's just sometimes I wish
Wait.
society didn't like exaggerate things. I wish that we were just like, yeah, you know what, I'm this, and that's cool. You know what I mean, and just live life. But sometimes we talk we talk about things, right? And we go on and on and on and on, and it's starting to be a thing where it's like, well, okay, well, it's just your way of life. Just live, all right, bro. You don't have to like talk about it every single day. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that. Bro,
Yeah.
I recently saw a TikTok. It was a transsexual male or female. I don't know. It was like female to male, right?
Okay. Female to male. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was saying like the difference between transsexual and transgender. E Crystal just DM'd me.
Yeah. I thought like, wouldn't the difference be like if they got like a sex change, like the difference between the two? Like a transgender can become a transsexual once they get a sex change.
Yeah, well, see, I don't remember like, cause I just saw this guy, right? And you know, he seemed like a very genuine individual because he didn't care about um like he didn't care, I guess, about the whole society and the whole, like, I guess he recognized that he truly had a disease, you know what I mean? Gender dysphoria, and it's not a joke. And um and I guess it's like, you can't really be, transgender by choice. I guess it's more of like, if I don't know, it's a whole like, point of psychology. I gotta like look back at that TikTok.
Yeah.
Um, all right, hold up.
I mean, like, the brain is a very interesting thing, really, because it's what controls us. So it's very hard to really pinpoint why, like, someone may feel this way, though.
Hmm.
The only thing you can really do is just accept how it is, and don't shame too much because, I mean, we
Yeah,
never know what someone's going through, really. They may feel like someone else entirely.
yeah. I need to look for that guy because that guy, like the things he said, like I was really thinking about it, and it was like
Well, if
holy
it's on
shit.
if it's on TikTok, there's watch history. You can check your
Yeah.
watch history.
I think I had it like as one of my like I I usually put it as a favorite so I could like bookmark and check it out and shit.
Okay.
But oh, there you go. What's his name? Forgot. Buck Angel. Does anyone know Buck Angel?
I've heard about that name before.
Yeah.
Um, no, like he's one of the more known
Hmm.
people out there. Transgender men out there.
Okay. Um, okay, I'm just like re-listening just so I can, yeah. Okay. Okay. So apparently, from what I'm listening and from what I heard, from this, he calls himself. Well, I mean, he calls himself a man. He doesn't call himself a trans man, for example.
Yeah, yeah,
So the difference, and I'm only quoting what the guy said. All right. So he said he was, born a biological female, done, and there's nothing, he can change about that, and uh, he's transsexual. Transsexual meaning he wants to live in the binary, meaning what you see is what he feels on the outside. He wants to live life in society as a man. He doesn't want to live life in society as a trans person. Transgender, transgender from, and I'm quoting from him, right? So, is an umbrella term representing maybe like 1,000 different genders. So I guess he sees himself as transsexual, and he also says, like I have gender dysphoria. Like he says it. All right.
yeah,
But he wants to live the world as a male. He doesn't want you to know or see that he is in fact transsexual. He doesn't want to, you to see him as a trans man. He just wants you to see him as a man who lives in the binary.
yeah.
Yeah. But
And
I've been watching his TikToks and things like that, and the things he say, it's really interesting because I never heard or seen anybody kind of approach it in that way, unless I missed something completely. I don't know.
well, I do know that a lot of people that do transition, they want to feel as if they were born the transitioned sex.
Mm.
They don't. They don't want to be labeled with trans. They don't. They want to be labeled as if they don't want to be labeled at all. Really, they just want to be. They want to live life as if they were born the way that they want to be in. And I've studied this a lot because you know because I saw like it one day like years ago, and it kind of I kind of went through like the rabbit hole of it, and it
Yeah.
becomes more interesting if you really think about it.
Yeah.
These people don't want to, because these people just want to live life normally. And unfortunately, though, there are people that shame that, and they like to twist it, and they want to make it seem more different than it should be. They want to make it seem
Yeah.
more extreme than it already is.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, here's my take on all of this: is that obviously, live life however you want to live. All right, you know what I mean? And um, it's more so the thing where it's like, I don't want to see you as a trans person. I want to see you as someone, if you, for example, Jelani Muna, woke up, not woke up, like I don't want to make it seem like it was an epiphany, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It is an epiphany for some, and it's fine. It's seriously fine. I wholeheartedly support and accept that, seriously. But if you were to, wake up and you want to be a woman, I want to see you, or let's say you want to be a woman, all right?
Okay.
I would rather see you as a woman who I guess lives in the binary and just lives life as a woman rather than living life as a trans person.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
I see what
probably
you mean. Yeah.
that's probably like kind of the same thing with like gay people, all right? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you're gay, all right, I want to see you as somebody who just likes men, all right? I don't want to see you as a person who kind of just embodies the term like it's fucking oh, I'm Superman,
Oh yeah, the
what I'm yeah,
stereotype version of
what
it.
I'm trying to say
Yeah.
is that like labels seriously I feel like labels seriously dismiss the true personality of a human being. For example, if your entire personality is based on either the type of person that you are or the people that you are attracted to, then I'm sorry you're a boring person. I like somebody who's, for example, funny, easygoing, chill, energetic, you know, gremlin, you know, okay, not, but you know what I mean. Like I'm
Yeah,
looking,
yeah, I get
yeah,
what you mean
yeah,
though.
I'm looking for personality traits. Who you're attracted to
Yeah.
is none of my business, and
Hmm.
um, you know, you, for example, being transgender or transsexual or whatever is none of my business. If you're happy with the way that you are feeling in your body, I support that and honestly keep fucking going because that's, you know, finding who you are, finding yourself as the person that you are is seriously some of the fucking dopest shit ever. All right. It's seriously
Yeah.
really, really fucking good. All right. And a lot of people struggle. They really fucking struggled. And it's a real, you know, it's a real mental illness, you know, just, you know, struggling with trying to find out the type of person that you are. But, you know, once you figure
Yeah.
that out, I'm sure it's got to be some kind of relief. And, you know, obviously that's dope. That's really, really dope.
Yeah.
So
See,
I
you
do want to
know,
make it clear that um, I'm not against any, like, I'm not against the LGBT. What I'm against is labeling, I guess, the labels. You know what I mean? Like, just,
yeah,
I don't care what your labels are. I just care about the type of person that you are. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I kind of wish everybody was unlabeled. You know what I mean? I kind of wish it was like, oh, this guy just, you know, likes men. All right, cool. It's like, I don't want it to be like a thing where it's like, drum roll, please. I like men. It's like, nah, I like men. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
just like, but society made
yeah.
what?
I mean, the only reason why it's this way,
Don't like men, Libby.
okay, the only reason why it's this way, like you kind of said, is because of how people treat these people, like how people hate on LGBT. If it wasn't for the case, I feel like the way that you want it to be. I feel like that's how it would be. This unlabeling. But the reason why we have labels is because people can't accept those labels. They want to try it. People can't accept
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, okay. There are some points where it starts to get a little crazy, and then that's the point where it's like, all right, look, you lost me, bro. All right, I tried to keep up, but you lost me. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
and again, I got nothing against it. It's another person's, you know, human life, all right. And if that's how they choose to, you know, roll with their lives, you know, that's kind of how it is. Most of it is based off of mental illness, and that is what sucks about it. You know, this Buck Angel person I was talking about. Sometimes he talks about like, I wish I wasn't a trans person, but I can't change that because that is, you know, just, you know, this is like all psychological if you think about it. And
Yeah.
you know, it's nothing wrong with the fact that this is a mental illness. Absolutely nothing wrong with the fact about that. It's more about, you know, feeling better about yourself. If you're able to feel better about yourself, that, you know, that's seriously some brave shit. It doesn't matter, you know, if you woke up and you decided, you know what, I'm gonna be an astronaut, or I'm gonna be a, you know, a gym bro, or I'm gonna be like a musician. You know, if you find yourself and you find your journey and you find out, you know, that the right type of person that you want to be, that's some of the bravest shit ever. Even if you wake up one day and you're like, you know what, man, I just want to be gay. I don't want to be gay, but to make it clear, Lippy, um, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
brave because you're at peace with yourself, right?
Definitely.
And
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
proud of people for that. But now I got a counter question. I got another question based on this whole labeling thing. Do you
Okay.
think most of the homophobia or anti-LGBT, all of this hate, right? All of this hate towards LGBT people, do you think that today is fueled by how most LGBT people act?
Well, in a way, I mean, I guess it could be because I know that a lot of people think traditionally. So a lot of the LGBT, the anti-LGBT people, no, for example, when it comes to like cartoons and everything, I think we talked about this. I don't know if we talked about this on a podcast or if we talked about this privately,
I think it might have been on a
but
podcast.
but some people might not like the fact that like it seems to be forced out there. Like people don't like a lot of anti-LGBT people might not like the fact that they see LGBT in like movies and cartoons and like TV shows and everything. Usually more of like kids movies or kids TV
Yeah.
shows because they see it's like it's being pushed out it's being too forced and like
Yeah.
it's and like they might think that the kids might either like the kids might not understand it or they might mimic the behaviors or anything like that. And even though I disagree with what they think, I can understand their point because kids are very impressionable.
Yeah.
However, to be however, I don't think kids are really that impressionable. Um, to be where they might mimic what they see on TV. It's just it's a bit hard to understand. It could be a point where it's hard for them to explain to the children, to the kids, what's going on.
Mm.
Because a lot of people, for the definition of conservatives is, the word conservative is like the word conserve. They want traditional values. They want more traditional. So when something you see different, like change happening, it could be very hard for them to adapt to it because they believe in a more traditional way.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's nothing wrong with a bit of tradition, and there's also nothing wrong with a bit of like, you know, I mean, you gotta think of it. You gotta think of it this way. All right, it's not something that came out of like thin air. All right, it's eccentric. I think that might be the
Yes.
best way to describe it. And it's nothing wrong with it. Again, it's nothing wrong with it. But listen, personally, I don't got issues with anybody, who, swings anyway. What's up, B man? How you doing today? Um, I got, absolutely no issue with anybody who swings any way, shape, or form. But what I got an issue with is people who make it the only thing interesting in their lives. It's like,
Yes.
I want to know what your dreams and goals and accomplishments are. I want to know the type of person that you are, the personality. Are you, are you easygoing? Are you hardworking? Are you like, you know, confident? Things like that. Right? I want people to have something going for them, and
Yeah.
it's something else when people just make, oh, I just all of this, their entire life. And it's the same with people who, you know, they wake up one day and they're like, you know what? I got ADHD. This exists. They call them transabled. Now, I don't know if this is satire or if people, maybe they're disabled for thinking they're transabled. But,
Yeah. It
but
may
people,
be just satire though.
yeah, I don't know if this is satire, but I'm now seeing people are putting it in their heads that they can no longer walk and they're putting themselves in a wheelchair and they're saying, we want disability money, we want early retirement, when they could perfectly walk fine and they have absolutely no disability. Now, I don't know if that's mental disability for thinking you're disabled. I don't know. Maybe that's like a that's a way to
Let
find a
me.
loophole.
I think I know what this may be about though, and it's really about it's really because a lot of people want attention, and they see that a certain group is getting the attention they want, so they try to make up certain things about them so that they can get that attention. For example,
Yeah.
I believe that transabled may just be satire, but I believe that some people will follow through with it because they want the attention that transgender people get, or like
Or
because I've heard another term, transracial, and I think that's also has to be satire. But some people follow
no,
through with it because they want that attention that transgender people get,
no,
and it
there's
becomes the point where the lines are blurred. Um,
I actually have a transracial radio show host following me on my Instagram, and I just randomly found this dude. He's Dominican, but he's transracial. He went from Dominican to black, right? And
Yeah.
look, I almost want to say nothing wrong with that, but there's truly something wrong with that. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Unless you were, unless you have some actual, black heritage and things like that. No, that's not even being transracial. That's just being biracial. All right,
Yeah, biracial.
all right, like logic.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
but
like,
I
like,
also want to bring I want to make this point as well.
yeah,
Going back earlier with the whole personality thing, I
yeah,
think there's a difference. There's a difference between genuine personality and forced personality, where forced personality is like the example you made when people use their sexuality as a personality. That's
yeah,
forced personality. When you have to do things because you feel like this is how you get accepted. Forced personality. And I remember, even though this isn't an extreme example of it, I have a friend that I met at Wendy's. He works at Wendy's, and
mm,
he tells me he has to pretend to be happy, and I feel like that's the wrong way of going at it.
I hate
You can't force an emotion. The
yeah,
only thing you can do is be genuine with it.
but
That's why on my show, I want to make sure that any emotion I give off is genuine because people can tell when you're being genuine with it or if you're forcing with it. That's why, like, you can tell when a lot of popular social media content creators, you can tell if they're just faking the act or not. Some people are good with faking it, but you can't truly fake it. There's a difference between real and fake that on a basic level people can see. You can't truly disguise fake and try and make it real. That's why it's very hard to lie
yeah,
because people can tell when you're lying and when you're telling the truth.
yeah. There is someone though in our inner circle. I'm not gonna say a name, but it doesn't even matter. It's mostly something that should be kept private. It's not even gossip. It's because it's they're open to talk about it, but I'm not gonna like put that on blast on a podcast. But there's somebody in our inner circle who kind of has that happy-go-lucky type style, and then their cameras are off, and then it's like a whole different story. And it's just kind of like I don't know how to really truly feel about that, but I guess it all falls under like like what I did like what I talked about in the video about persona. And but I don't know. Let me read the chat. As someone with ADHD who was diagnosed late, it could be their autism finally allowing the connections powdery, but still. Yeah, but that's like just a huge stretch. And most people with these, I wouldn't even call them disabilities. I call them more like difficulties. All right, because disabilities are not impossibilities unless you got all of your limbs cut off and shit. Like,
Yeah.
well, okay, that's probably exaggerated. All right, very very exaggerated.
Yeah.
But I like to think of it this way, where it's like I would treat a disabled person the same. You know what I mean? Like it's like it doesn't mean impossible. And I think most
Yeah.
disabled people probably appreciate that a lot more, just being part of like you know, disabled people just don't want to be disabled. I mean, what I mean,
Yeah.
like, they don't want to be classified as that. They just want to be classified as a person. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? So I see some people
Yeah.
who got like, they got in their bios like, oh, yo, I got autism and I got ADHD. Like it's something cool, you know what I mean? And I, I get the whole thing. And look, I got, every, like, I think I have every symptom for ADHD, all right? And I am going to get, in a way, examined for this, all right? But I don't go I don't go around saying it like it's, I don't know, like it's a luxury or something like that. I see a lot of people, they put it in their bio, like what they have for mental difficulties, like it's a luxury. And
Well,
I get being confident about yourself and things like that, but it comes to a point where it's like, why put it in your bio? You know what I mean? unless it's something like, you know, for example, like Sweet Anita. I mean, even she doesn't do that, right? But she has Tourette's syndrome, for example, like that. Well, maybe she does mention it. You know, there's people that got Tourette's syndrome, they got cerebral palsy, they got 22q, they got, you know, Down syndrome. Like, and I can understand it for that, because that, you know, depending on what the person says, that could say a lot about someone's personality, and someone who doesn't know may have an image or a vision about that person that may not totally be accurate to the actual person. But in the case of ADHD, autism, Asperger's, you know, these are difficulties that all of us can truly really go by. It doesn't make you the person that you are. All right, like I look at Cobra, for example. Cobra has Tourette's, he has ADHD, he has autism, he has Asperger's. Is he that person because of those mental difficulties? No, I think he has a true personality because of just the person that he is. You know what I mean? And I see him as that, like I see anybody, you know, for who they are. And I think that's what people just appreciate. You know, people just, you know, want to be part of a normal world. They don't want to be classified as any labels or anything, and they don't want to be part of this like society that sort of like marches every single day for, you know, for something that we should just let people be for. And I guess that's where mental health awareness, you know, falls. It's more about helping people, helping people just feel better about themselves and just feel more confident. It's not, you know, a thing where it's like you have to convince yourself. It's not a thing about convincing yourself. It's more about accepting yourself, accepting the person that you are, and accepting that there's, you know, a chance for you to really be at your best and really push for greatness. And I wish that upon absolutely every single person ever, even my enemies. I seriously hope everyone just, you know, finds themselves in a way and accepts themselves for the person they really are. And that makes me proud and that makes me happy as somebody who, you know, pushes for the cause of mental health.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I just had to mute because they're doing like this fire. They're doing this fire truck thing where they have like the Santa and
Uh,
everything, and it's like loud as loud. So I didn't want it to like interrupt what you were saying.
no, go
But
ahead.
yeah. But going back to your point about like why people may put in the description like or their bio like what they have. Another thing I could think why they might put that is for representation, because like a lot of viewers may have these same conditions, and when they see that someone who has the same conditions as them are doing well in life, that may motivate them to do well in life the same way. Because no, there's a lot of because a lot of people want to be represented, and I think it's just one of the
Yeah.
reasons. Could be.
I mean, okay, there's representation and there's also just, you know, doing it for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
You know, there's people who do it to spread a message. Like, for example, somebody who has 22q. It's not that bad of a mental illness, but it is quite something. It's definitely something that shifts, you know, the mind of another human being. I don't know the true details of 22q, and I'm not going to act like I know what 22q is all about, but there is somebody out there on Twitter that spreads the message about 22q syndrome and, you know, talks about it actively and, you know, tries to spread the message, and that's dope. You know, there's people out there who spread the message about ADHD, what that does to a human being, how to cope with it, how to live with it, and basically it's sort of like a everything's going to be okay type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I pledge to do, what I want to do is be that sort of light, being like, yo, you know, everything's going to be okay. When I see someone who really isn't about any of that shit and they just put it as their bio because they use that as their personality, that's a different thing. There's a difference between representation and personality. If you make that your personality trait, you're a boring person because you don't really give out any true personality traits. Now, I get it, like, there's people being like, it's hard to focus because I have ADHD, for example, or, you know, um, blah blah blah, because there's a difference between that and it's just like, and just being like, yo, I got ADHD, I got autism, like, like, just, there's a difference between that and people who just say it like that just to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yes, yes.
Me,
And I think
me
really,
personal, like me personally, I don't give a shit what mental difficulty you have. Now, how you cope with it, I'm inspired how people cope with their ADHD. There's a difference between that. There's a difference between saying it in a bio and saying it when you're having a conversation with somebody. Like, for example, I'm telling you, like, I feel like I got every possible symptom of ADHD. How I cope with it, how I live with it, I'm kind of just going in a road where life takes me. We're gonna see if I really do got it or not. But seeing how everything's going, how I feel mentally, you know, we'll see. But it's not something where it's going to be like, hi, nice to meet you, I have ADHD. You know what I mean? It's more of like, you gotta get to know me to really know about me, really. And there's a difference
yeah,
between saying that in a bio or that being the first thing you say and, just having a conversation with somebody. But again, it's all so, like, just really, like, it's all just a delicate subject because you could always counter that with something else, and obviously it would make more sense whatever counters everything I said. You know what I mean?
yes. Which, I do understand your point. Like, I do understand, which I think it's just like what makes everything confusing, because I think, like, a lot of people firsthand want to know what someone has really. So it's kind of like, for example, if someone's doing like something or someone's acting like a certain way, it's just people are curious as to why they're doing this. So it kind of forces, in a way, that creator to put in the bio what they have. Like, for example, if someone is like saying like random words or whatever, Tourette syndrome, if they have like tics, common, like, people will commonly wonder why they're doing this. It's kind of the first thing, so it
Hmm.
kind of forced that creator to put that they have Tourette, so that people don't like take it the wrong way, or like, because
Yeah,
like with Tourette's, like, some people could say slurs on accident, like they can't control it, so it
yeah,
kind of forces, like, for people to understand why
yeah,
it's happening.
yeah. It's like, it's different, especially in the case of Sweet Anita or even of Cobra, right? Um, you know, he says some pretty fucked up shit, but mostly because he can't help it. It's just it just pops out. You know what I mean? And he's a
Yes.
very active human being when he's like when it's broad daylight. But there's a difference between something like that and someone being like, you know what, bro, I'm not racist. My socks are black. Just
Yeah. I think though I think that's just more of like, people use that as more of a defense type of way. They usually go with the whole my friend is black, so that they can get away with some of the stuff. And which is what I was saying earlier about cancel culture, in a way. Like, some people try and like, some people are offended that they can't say uh, whatever they want to say. I mean, no one can say whatever they want to say. You have to be professional sometimes. People. I know that people like free speech, and that's why, like, people get angry as to why they can't, say, like, that's why some people are angry that they can't say the N word. But and they try and find different defense ways, like, oh, I have a black friend, he
yeah,
says the N word to me, I say the N word to him, it's all fine and dandy and all that. But I think it's just, in a way, I think people don't really understand why, people may be coming after them. It's not because of they just said a swear word or anything. It's because
Yeah,
of it's because of some context, like how they say it, why they say it, everything.
yeah.
It's not as extreme as what people think it is.
Well, okay. Um, I'm not racist. I own color TVs. That's funny. Wait, strike that.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, if your TV can't do black and white, man, there's a problem. Oh man, I'm bro, but it's like look, I've paid my dues. I've said some very fucked up shit. All right, but
Yeah.
nowadays, if I slip out or if I fuck up or anything, I'm not gonna be like, bros. It's not racist. I'm the only white host on the podcast. Like, I'm not gonna be like that. You know what I mean? And it's true. I'm the only white
Yeah.
host on the podcast. It's like an Oreo. You know what I mean? But I don't care. I don't see you like, hey, Jelani's my black friend. No, I see Jelani as, yo, he's my homie. He's my friend. And I say the
Yes.
same.
Yes.
I say the same about Cobra. I say the same about Crystal, about Adam, about Scott, about everybody, about Tucker. You know, like, I. That's it. I don't see any of this, right? And going to your point about the N word, there's some people that were just, you know, personally, I the way I see it valid is not really by skin color. It's more by like, you know, what how did you grow up around you? What was your environment and how was it like and why you're basically conflicted to this vocabulary. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm not talking about
So
like, being on Xbox Live with the boys, just calling people slurs. I'm talking about, people who, you know, I interviewed somebody on the podcast. He goes by the name of MBK Pook. Very good artist, very good musician. He's really good. This was about like a year ago, and he's white, fully white. He grew up in a community of gangs, drugs, violence, guns, terrible things as a child, full of trauma and things like that. And this is how everybody in his neighborhood, kind of grew up as well. And that was, the I guess how the vocabulary became a thing. But he even said like
yeah.
if I saw somebody else, who's, white just like me saying the N-word, I would be like, yo, bro, chill out with that. You know what I mean? There's
Yes.
yeah, I guess there's people who just, have this vocabulary not because yeah, it could be the culture they were raised in, exactly as we are. Yeah. So I see it not like a thing that's like, oh, if you're not black, you can't say the N-word. It's more like, how did you grow up? What was your environment around you? And that would make a whole lot more sense than just skin color. I think skin color is overrated. I think, like MLK said, bro, it's all about the content of character, man. It's seriously, literally all about it. But society will never
Yeah.
progress. Racism will never, racism will never cease to exist. Sexism will never cease to exist. All the phobias will never cease to exist.
Yeah.
And the double standards, the lack of mental health awareness. Unfortunately, I could be spreading this message about mental health awareness for literally the rest of my life, but that, you know, it won't mean that it will be over. So it's really all about, spreading the right kind of message and making sure that shit's not a lost cause. You want to be able to change people's lives, and that's really all about it, man. But now
Yeah.
I'm not trying to validate, white people saying the N word. Now, in a song, you could probably argue in a song look, me personally, I don't have to worry about that because I don't listen to a lot of that kind of stuff. Like, I kind of just listen to things that are more a bit like chill, or I do listen to a bit of old school, but I don't care enough to
Yeah.
listen to the lyrics. I just like the flow and the instruments. But I mean, a
I
song,
mean,
like, I don't know.
it's gotten like, people. I've seen like videos where people have a problem with people lip syncing the N word on TikTok and everything.
Yeah,
Which, I don't know if it's valid or not, because they're not saying the word, but I don't know.
yeah. Well, we're all descendants of a bunch of people. A bunch of our ancestors did a lot of fucked up things. They either kept slaves, or they were slaves, or whatever, or for example, for German people, their ancestors were probably Nazis. All right. Just like for
Yeah.
Japanese people, they were pieces of shit and they bombed literally anything they saw. Or for British people, they decided, you know what, we're the only country that ever existed in this world. We will dominate India. You know what I mean? Neither of us, or no, neither of our ancestors are fucking angels. Even Africans kept slaves, okay? And I'm talking about, later on, right?
Yes.
And Africans are probably still keeping slaves. I think I heard about a story about like a British couple actually being killed by like a, I don't know if it was in Ghana or in Congo. I don't know what it was, but it was some sort of, not really a tribe. I think it was more of like a cartel. And you know,
Um, did this have to do with a beheading?
not a be. It might have been a beheading. I don't know. It was
Because
mostly
I
just,
think I might know what you're talking
yeah.
about.
It was an old British couple, man, and they were actually enslaved, and they would be they would be documented, they would be interviewed while being enslaved. That is how crazy
Okay.
it is.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit. I think they got killed. It's a very terrible story. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is neither of our ancestors were angels. Nobody was angels. We bombed some people. You bombed some people. Not like, I'm trying to say that
Yeah.
in a very generalized standpoint. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe Switzerland. You never heard a single thing from Switzerland. I don't think Switzerland ever did anything wrong. So I'm only give it to Switzerland. That's it.
But
Switzerland.
there had
Yeah.
to be something because
Hmm.
I mean, countries were formed. Countries were formed out of blood.
Yep.
The killing of people. So Switzerland probably did do something to get unless all their people are natives. There had to be some sort of war to be able for them to have the land that they have today.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is maybe, like, okay, I understand people who are stuck in the past and being like, oh god damn it, Barack Obama being the first black president to ever, like, you know United States, America, and shit like that. That's fucked up. I did not go to war just to see one running the country, things like that. Some people, went through shit, went through trauma and shit like that. Like old people. I can name one. I'm not gonna say a thing.
Yeah.
You know, and like, it's this this hate has started based on things that happened in the past. Now, forget about all
Yes.
of that. Forget about politics. Forget about everything. In a world where the past is almost not so glorified, but the future is way more glorified. The future of the people, the future of society, the future of the world is more talked about than what happened in the past. I would, someone who I guess was, born to absolutely hate a certain group of people. Imagine they forget about entirely all of that. How would they see this person now in front of them?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they probably. I feel like they probably not really know anything. They wouldn't know like how to. I mean, I guess it would be. I guess it'd be confusing to really say because even like if you had a whole group of people, a whole group of white people who've never seen black people before, and they just happen to see them for the first time, their reactions will still be different no matter what. It
Mm.
might be it might be racist. There might still be racism because it's something they haven't seen before. Because there's three types of racism, or there may be more, but to me there's three categories that I believe in.
Yeah.
There's a fear type of racism, the unknown, so you don't really know what they're going to do. there's a hate type of racism. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the fear, the anger. You're angry because they're doing this, and you're not. Maybe they might be doing something that you don't like. And then there's the power racism, where you feel superior, like
Yeah.
the Nazis, for example. You know how they felt superior over everyone else. So
Yeah.
there's different types of reactions that they will have. So it's very hard to really pinpoint what they might do exactly.
Obviously, it can't be justified. It can absolutely not be justified. Um, but it's to the point where it's like, you can't, like, there's not much you can do about it apart from being like, all right, well, if this is how you choose to view people, that's about it. All right. As long as you're not going around killing people for being that, fucking, just do your thing, bro. But,
Yeah.
there's fucking African tribes who's never seen a white person before. I've seen documentaries. It's crazy, bro. They touch their hands, being like, yo, holy shit, what the fuck? or
Yeah, I've seen
but
those
but it's also the same with,
before. Yeah.
yeah, it's also the same with, white people who never seen black people. Now, I mean, I'd be shaking if I was an albino, because like you,
Yeah.
you wake up, all right, and then like, oh shit, like I don't know what that's like. And I'm happy with the person that I am, all right. I'll be, completely honest.
Yeah.
And I would be happy with the person that I am if I was, I would be equally as happy if I was born a different like ethnicity. All right, it ethnicity, religion, colors, bullshit. I understand, like, you know, re- like, obviously represent your culture. I prefer culture. And for example, like, people really hate Arabic people. I mean, some of the Arabic people in my city are pieces of shit, all right? A lot of them, the majority of them in my city are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Not every Arabic person in my city commits crimes in this city, but all of them who commit crimes are Arabic people. However,
Yeah.
I fucking love their food. They make some fucking good food. Holy shit. You need to try their
Yeah.
chicken. You need to try their steak. You need to try their bread. Chicken sandwich made by an Arabic person. Ooh la la. God damn.
So I do have my own. I do have a theory. I don't know if this
Yeah,
theory has already been done. I mean, every theory has been done, but
yeah.
my own theory, I call this the loud minority theory,
Hmm.
where a small group of people are where people determine how a whole group is based on the worst type of people in that community. And because I mean, and I think that this kind of goes back to also the cancel culture thing, as I've said, the not as extreme as you think it is, because people are going to see the worst type of things, and they're gonna promote the worst type of things. For example, if you've seen like someone commit crimes, the news is gonna report that, and they're gonna put their own spin and twist on it, and people might think that that's just how the whole community is based
Yeah.
on the small group of people that the news talk about.
Yeah. To be honest with you, a lot of the racism, the antis, the phobias, the ists and isms and all of that, I feel like a lot of it is fueled by the media and I say and or, determining, like, again, depending on what we talked about. Some of it could be fueled by the people themselves, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Who speak for all the others. There's some people who want absolutely nothing to do with it, right? And that's, it's whatever. Me personally, I don't care what type of person you are. If you're a hardworking individual, pushing for new, heights and new goals, and just a nice individual getting goals accomplished, just, I can appreciate that. You know what I mean? Now, the only way I would estimate you being a piece of shit is if you don't want the best for other people and you are just seriously all like an all around dick. But I wouldn't, place that based on where you come from. Except for English people. All these English people are fuckwads, but But that's just from experience, honestly. I'm not anti-English, all right? My idol is literally English. KSI is English. Deji is English, all right? I don't hate every English person, but most English people I've spoken to are pieces of shit.
Well, yeah, but but I mean, really, I mean, I think most of our perception is based on the news. That's why, especially political news. That's why, like, a lot of people might think, left wing people might just. That's why I feel like a lot of people might think that liberal people might have like blue hair, or why conservative people might wear a red hat, because it's only what we see. We don't, because I bet to you, if you were to go into the real world, and that's why I believe a lot of people are terminally online. If you were to go into the real world, you would never know who's liberal or conservative. You never know what person fits under the political party. You don't know which one they would fall under. But it's because of how the media portrays it. We think it's easy as seeing what they're wearing, or what they're using, or whatever. Like if they have dyed hair, or if they have a MAGA hat or anything, when
Yeah.
it's just not true.
Honestly, I I kind of roll with people who are of the different opinion. Look, first of all, I don't even give a shit about political parties. Like, if I was to be completely honest with you, but
Me neither.
I kind of respect people who are of the different opinion, or who just stay out of it, than the people who, rock with the same thing as I rock. Because some of them are very extreme with it. For example, um, if I was to say I don't like pineapple on pizza, right? It is a
Yeah.
preference. However, do I think that every person who doesn't like pineapple on pizza deserves to be deplatformed slash exterminated? Absolutely the fuck not. But there is somebody out there who doesn't like pineapple on pizza, who would absolutely murder every single person they find putting pineapple on their pizza. I don't
Yeah.
rock with that kind of people. It's more about, like, what's more brave about human beings is the act of coexisting.
Yes.
Yeah. Rather than just, gossip and being like, yeah, this and that and this and that. And, I have taken the position to just stay out of things. With politics, I did take one side for a moment. But honestly, with the money that, my family was making, honestly, you couldn't even complain, all right? At some point I did take a side, and people have completely, distanced themselves away from me and shit like that because they were of the different opinion. And it's politics at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's just politics. It has nothing to do with us. I mean, it does have something to do with us. But like I said, bro, many times on this podcast, and I'll keep saying it, it's just old men and women arguing about, who gets to control the others' lives, or the people's lives. That's
Yeah.
it. I saw some fucking right wing bullshit, all right? And I used to be, I guess, more inclined to the right, I guess, because I sort of related to it in a little sense. But I wouldn't talk with other right wing people about it. I would talk with left wing people about it. But,
Yeah.
or centrists, or libertarians, or anybody of different parties. I wouldn't socialize with other right wing people because they're more extreme about it than I am. Now, me personally, I'm not right winged at all. I don't care what party I'm part of. Or, no, I'm not even in a party. I'm not in a party or anything. I'm not. I'm too fucking young to give a shit about politics. It's like, we're all doomed at the end of the fucking day, all right? Cost of living is still up. Society is still
Yeah.
bullshit. Our standards are still bullshit. Gas prices are way too fucking high. Um, School supplies are way too fucking expensive for people in certain countries. Um, just food, heating and everything. That's resources of life. That's cost of living. If cost of living were to decrease, then life would be much easier. But instead, we focus on things that seriously don't matter. I do not care about pride for the people that label themselves as such. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Yes.
I don't care for people, I guess, really, um, just push the whole narrative of labeling because they want to make that their entire personality trait. What I push for is helping people feel better, like helping people feel better about themselves, understand the type of person that they are on the inside, and helping people accept who they are, and real personality traits. How you feel on the inside is not a personality trait. It's the energy that you radiate with other people. But I digress. What would be more acceptable in the world of politics is if everybody got rid of identity politics and boycotting fucking Pizza Hut because Pizza Hut is like, the devil's food or whatever. All right. Some people some people don't even fucking believe in a devil. All right.
Yeah.
You know, we
I
need to
guess they
stop.
couldn't out pizza the hut.
Yeah, we need to stop we need to stop boycotting companies who already don't give a shit about us. Which company actually truly gives a shit about you? It ain't Microsoft. It ain't, well, actually Amazon, bro. Amazon delivery drivers, you guys are amazing. All right, shout out to every Amazon
Yeah.
delivery driver. But does Nintendo give a shit about you? Does Logitech give a shit about you? Does Discord give a shit about you? Does the people who made OBS give a shit about you? Does Instagram, like Facebook, do they give a shit about you? Does Google give a shit about you? No. We are a statistic. We are a number. We are as insignificant as the air inside a bag of chips. That's it. All right.
Yeah.
And we need to stop giving a shit about companies that say things. I mean, true. Some companies say some really fucking stupid things. But look, Coke went around saying, "Oh, this is how you should be less white." Do you think I give a shit about what they are saying, bro? Their fucking products are amazing. Coke is a really fucking good, company. Why? I drink Coke. I'm thirsty right now, and I want to go get my Coke, but I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
Same with Microsoft.
Um,
Microsoft. I don't know. Like Bill Gates said some really fucking stupid shit. Bill Gates is an idiot. He's a piece of shit. Jeff Bezos is an idiot. He's a piece of shit. But their products are good. Windows is how I'm able to see you. It's,
yes.
these are good products. Why would I boycott it? And why would you boycott Apple for, things like that? If you start boycotting companies for, saying things that you don't disagree with, you're going to start twiddling your thumbs and start trying to figure out, like, damn, should I play with some rocks or some sticks? Oh, I bet rocks don't even like genders, man. Like,
I think
you're
what
just
the
limiting
thing.
yourself.
Yeah, but I do think the reason why they do this is because if you really think about the 1960s, it worked. Boycotts worked.
Mm,
So, but I mean that was a different point in time. There was a reason why people should have boycotted because of what was going on, segregation in America.
definitely.
So there was a reason why people could have gone behind boycotting, and it worked. The companies, they don't care about the people, they only care about the money. So lost revenue equals having to make changes so that people could be appeased
Yeah,
with it. So, but
yeah,
nowadays we're in this point in time where there's not really the problems that we have right now are not as severe as they used to be. So there's really no reason to boycott now because
yeah.
people don't really care about the problems. They only because I mean they're not as severe as of problems as they were back then.
All right, but let me ask you something. Do you have Papa John's like near where you live? Have you ever had Papa John's before?
Um, I can't remember the last time I had Papa John's.
But you did have Papa John's at some point.
Yeah, at one
Okay.
point I did.
All right. So my analogy can be valid. All right, listen to me. So let's say
Okay.
for lunch, all right, for school lunch, you and your boys or girl, don't discriminate it. Or you could bring your pet rock. I don't care. All right. Look, you and your friends, you decide to have lunch, twice a week at Papa John's.
Yeah.
You wake up one day to a tweet or an Instagram post or the news or whatever. The CEO of Papa John's said the N-word, boycott, and all of that shit. And look, obviously it's kind of shit, that the Papa John's CEO said the N-word. It's, kind of fucked up, in a way because, I don't know, slurs don't really sit right with me. If you seriously have no reason to say it, it's kind of just, absolutely fucked up.
Yeah.
But even with a reason to say it, there's people that just, yeah. But anyways, do you give a shit if Papa John's CEO says the N-word? Their food is fucking amazing. I bet the Papa John's is amazing. All right?
Yeah.
Like, I've never had Papa John's, all right? But I bet their food is good. But I don't give a shit what their CEO just said, all right? It's not my fucking problem. Their food is good.
Yeah, because there's multiple layers about this. Because it's kind of this way of like the workers. Um, you know, who cares about the CEO? I mean, care about the workers more than the CEO because the CEO is. I mean, not this. The workers are what provide you what you want, like the food and everything. So I think that so I can see why people might not like Papa John's because of the CEO, but for me, I think about more of the workers. As long as they give me what I want, I pay for what I want. I don't
Yeah.
really care because at the end of the day, as long as it doesn't affect the quality of work, the quality of service that they give me, I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like the CEO, but I like the
Who gives a
workers
shit?
as long
Yeah.
as, yeah,
The CEO, I mean, the CEO doesn't even really visit the Papa John's all that much. All right, let me use the case of let's say that Gustavo Fring. All right, I'm getting into my Breaking Bad shit, but listen, let's say Gustavo Fring is well, the founder and CEO of Los Pollos Hermanos, which is a chicken restaurant. All right, basically KFC, right?
okay,
Now, this Gustavo Fring is somebody who is part of the cartel and smuggles, drugs, makes drugs and sell them and shit like that, crystal meth and everything, like blah blah, right? Part of the cartel.
okay,
But the food is great. The food is great. The customer service is great. The workers are actually working hard. I mean, the workers are oblivious to the idea that the CEO is, in fact, a drug dealer. But just imagine that that the CEO is a drug dealer, a drug manufacturer, and shit like that. But their customer service in that restaurant is great. Now,
okay.
this is a very extreme analogy, all right? Because we're talking about a fucking drug dealer slash manufacturer slash cartel guy. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, if the food is great, the customer service is great, the workers are great, does it make you want to boycott them? I don't know. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
the CEO's a criminal, but shit, the food's good.
All right. When you say cartel, does that mean he's also killing people?
Yes.
See, now that to me makes it harder because that's harder in my opinion
Really?
because when it has to deal with the lives of human beings. I mean, I know that if they're not killing like innocents, right? If they're just killing because I know that how cartels work is it's usually more of a retaliation murder type thing
Yeah,
where
yeah.
they kill other people, a part of the like rival gangs, rival cartels.
Well,
Um,
yeah, some of them, did convince themselves, I guess, in a way that they are about this life, and then they end up in the wrong side of the corner, and then they end up, dead. And I guess
yeah,
in the case of Gustavo Fring, he's never had to kill anybody unless that person, really did, harm. You know what I mean? Like harm to the business, harm to everything. So, he wouldn't, go around like killing just like that. It was more of like he got his boys to do it, kind of thing. He's more of like the big mastermind, and he's very, he's a very clean person. He's a very, covers up his tracks kind of person, like very, very clean. Now, I don't know if that's really like, anti-mental health awareness of me for saying this, but if the food's great, the customer service is great, and the whole cartel shit is not involving the workers who are actually, working at the place, I wouldn't mind a chicken
I see.
sandwich.
Okay, I see. I do see
Yeah,
your point, though. I
yeah,
do see your point. As long as they're not killing innocent
yeah,
people, I like as long because I know that
yeah,
like whatever they got going for them is only just rival people they kill.
yeah.
So
But
if it's only just rival people that do the same thing, they
well,
sign
it's
themselves
still
up for that type of
yeah,
lifestyle.
yeah.
So
It's
it's
still look. It's still human beings at the end of the day. It's still people who
yeah,
have families
yeah,
and shit.
that's it. Yeah,
Like it's like if you watch Breaking Bad or if you watch Better Call Saul, the spinoff of Breaking Bad, like these are shows. A lot of these deaths are actually kind of fucked up if you think about it. All right, they are really fucked up, and a lot of them could have been
yeah,
avoided. But um, it like I said, it's a very extreme analogy, and I don't think we're gonna get anywhere ever close to anything like Gustavo Fring. All right. Um, I don't think we have any true famous drug lords in this world. I know we have El Chapo, but I think this guy got already caught. I think it's over for him.
yeah.
There's people like, Pablo Escobar who, lived in this world and, just chilled for a little bit. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
like, famous drug lords who are just still around and still have never been caught. Honestly, I respect the shit out of because
Honestly,
they're able to
yeah.
just do all of this shit. It's fucked up, all right? It's really fucked
Yeah,
up
it
when you
is.
think
Yeah,
about
it
it.
is.
But just
Yeah.
the idea of them just chilling around, enjoying life and shit, and just staying clean and staying like, you know, just
Yeah.
just
I
just
mean,
staying chill and shit like that, despite all this shit going on and never being caught in like decades. I
no,
res
I mean, I don't think,
I don't know.
no,
I
I don't
respect
think
that.
they will. Oh, well, yeah, but I don't think they could still live comfortably. They have to look over their shoulder still, like every
Yeah,
single
yeah.
time, though.
Man,
I wouldn't love to.
there is somebody that I would love to interview. There, like I
Who's
would.
that?
He's on YouTube. I think I talked to you about this. Former bank robber. He talks about, his experience, doing robberies and bank robberies and the plan of action, and he's reacting to other, well, failed robberies. And I guess he was a robber for maybe like 10, 15 years until he actually got caught and shit like that. And then he changed his life for the better. His name's Larry Lawton. If I can, after this podcast, I'm going to send him an email. Having someone like Larry Lawton who kind of saw it all and kind of, did certain things in his lifestyle, it would be interesting. It would really be interesting because a lot of these people who execute these certain plans, you can say whatever you want about them. They are geniuses. They are serious geniuses because they can act in the most intense of actions. The human being, the human life was not designed in any biological standpoint to handle robbing a bank or any jewelry store or anything like that. All right, that shit takes some serious balls, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, we have been evolved to kind of. I mean, if you think about early humans, though, they have evolved to try and hunt in creative ways, though, like trying to get, trying to hunt and gather in creative ways so that they don't get caught. So in a way, I believe maybe not as extreme as robbing a bank, but there's probably still
Ouais.
somewhat.
Ouais, ouais, ça va.
But yeah, I get your
Ouais.
point though.
Ouais.
Okay. Um, Well, while Loopy is gone for a temporary amount of time, I would like to promote JMS for a bit. Right now, I had last night's episode went well, and the schedule is always Tuesdays at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time and Fridays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. However, with the blue shows on JMS, the time limit is going to be extended, so there's going to be longer episodes. Instead of it being 20 minutes every episode, it will be 40 minutes. And for the guests that join on the episodes, because I do have these hosts on Instagram Live, instead of 3 minutes, every guest that's featured will have 8 minutes. There might be changes to it, might be maybe longer, maybe shorter, depending on what happens. But I do think that this is something I was kind of thinking about. Loopy helped me with the idea of it, and some other friends as well helped me take into the consideration of this idea. So really, I would like I'll incorporate it. I already incorporated starting last night, but I'll try and see how it goes for the blue shows. However, the green shows will still have the 20-minute time limit because no one's going to be featured. It's only going to be about me. No featured guests. So, I mean, I don't think I'll be able to have a 40-minute video of either me discussing about things or have my own entertainment. Sometimes, because a lot of people like short form content when it comes to that. So, I mean, I don't know. Um, I'll try and see as long as people can give me feedback and help me out with the improvement of JMS, because JMS is not only about me, it's a team effort. It's me and everyone that watches it. As long as they can help me out and make me improve the feeling of JMS, then that's all that matters at the end of the day. So yeah, uh, just want to say that real quick because JMS is going great, and I want more people to view it. You can find the episodes on my YouTube account. Just type my name, Jelani Muna, Jelanimoonah. Once again, repeating it slowly. What my YouTube channel name is Jelani Muna. That's Jelanimoonah. Should be linked. Loopy should have it linked as a featured channel because I am one of the hosts of the Loophole Podcast, so should be able to find it easily. Right now, I'm trying to upload the episodes I've had this week. It's a bit hard to edit because it's a bit hard, but I should have them out hopefully by Sunday or so. And it's going great. Gonna find new ways to be able to make it so it's much easier with the editing process so that I can have episodes quickly and easily so that you can watch it. Possibly same day uploads where the stream happens and then a couple of hours later the episode is uploaded on both Instagram and YouTube. And by 2023 there's going to be a lot more when it comes to it, but I'm not going to say what's going to be happening for the year of 2023 right now because we're still in 2022. I want to wait till at the very end of December to where I can really explain the plans of what JMS is going to go through in the year of 2023. So yeah, I'm excited for what 2023 has to come up with. But going through the year, January through December, 2023 will be an amazing experience. 2022 was hard for me, but now I feel more confident than ever, especially with JMS and how it's going. So yeah, um, so great.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Needless to say about boycotting, it's the same thing with cancel culture. Sometimes people got to learn to say "fuck you" instead of saying "I'm sorry." And I'm just saying this in a sense of like, we talked about this before. The only person that can cancel you is you.
Is
Yeah,
yes.
and celebrities lose their jobs, and it's more of like, they just crawl up under a shell and just never to be seen again. And it's more like, I respect somebody that goes like, fuck you, man. Like, unless it was somebody that was like actively like out there spreading hate. But when it's like something as like simple as like, just a few slip outs or something like that, people make mistakes.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
No.
it's whatever. It's just part of human life. Humans are imperfect by design, and that's just how it's gonna be forever.
Yeah. That's why like I believe that the only people that can really be canceled are the people that are afraid of cancel culture because,
It's a
the only
myth.
person that can cancel you is you. If you're too afraid of what other people think, you're in a way canceling yourself because you're not expressing your true self on social media. And that's how you get it. That's how you make it big in the content creation world, is if you express who you really are as a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I paid my dues. To be honest with you, I paid my dues. I said everything, and I said a lot of fucked up shit on some like Xbox Live shit, and it was years ago, right? And instead of waiting for something to be resurfaced, I was just being like, all right, well, look, y'all know my position, and I'm willing to document it. I'm willing to say this, here and there, and just go on record and just go and just say anything that will be resurfaced of me. I have already paid my dues. I have already felt the consequences of my actions. I've already taken responsibility, and I've already moved on. It is your problem if you choose not to move on for shit that I said or did when I was 11 or 12 years old. I'm about to be 18 next month, so go fuck yourself. That's it. I already apologized, man. Like, for years I've apologized. I think, I've said sorry more than a Canadian, so I think I'm set, all right? I'm not this person anymore. So, things are definitely going to be resurfaced, but the cool part about that is that, well, not the cool part, but I guess the better part about this is that I was young, much younger, all right? And I'm a little bit older, but I know that I kind of fucked up, you know what I mean? And it's it's whatever. I'm not gonna get
Yo,
into what or anything. It's just more of like, if you see anything resurfacing, it's just that that was the person I was before, and to be honest with you, I hate the person I was before, but I got humbled. So
yeah. Um, to get into though, I do want to get into a topic that was
mm,
advertised to be said. World Cup predictions: France versus Argentina.
let's get it. All right. Excuse me. France versus Argentina is tomorrow at 4 p.m. East, or no, at 10 a.m. Eastern, and it would be at 4 p.m. my time. I
Yeah,
am excited. I'm rooting for both teams. Argentina, if
yeah,
Argentina wins, this is great for Messi's legacy. If France wins, this is amazing for my country. That like my country's team in the World Cup is literally the best it's been in like 20 years. So honestly, I'm happy. But I'm
like
thinking,
for me. Oh,
pre- go ahead. You can say what you need to say. I'm gonna do a prediction.
okay. I did say this on my previous episode of JMS. Though, like, I would like Argentina because Messi. Though, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if France won because because of you, for example. I want to represent your hometown as well because you've helped me out a lot throughout my life. Throughout like this, for a year now, you've helped me out through the content creation world when I felt like I had no purpose in it. and bringing me back into it now. So I wouldn't be mad if France won or if Argentina won, for those reasons.
All right.
But what do you think the score is going to be? What are your predictions on how the score is going to be?
All right. I think that as much as Argentina has been great goal scoring wise, have they been met with a true challenge such as defense? I don't know. That's something to really look at. What I do know is that France has a really, really good line of defense. It would take a lot of people to get rid of, these defenders to be able to properly score a goal. If you saw the goalkeeper, like, I hope he gets goalkeeper of the year award, because holy fucking shit. Lloris, this year, he really, really, really went through the most. And you can tell he's on the ground literally shaking, being like, yo, holy shit, I just saved that, And
Yes.
it's an adventure. It's amazing to see. Just he's saving all of these shots, and it's like, whoa, holy shit. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's the final or anything, but I hope that they use the energy they have remaining for adrenaline and not for, nerves, because nerves are not going to get anybody anywhere. Messi and Argentina, they're already satisfied where they are. So it's basically their test. And it's the same as France, back to back. I'm thinking 1-1, then it goes to extra time, and then it goes to penalties. And I think France takes it from there.
Okay.
So
So you saying so to assume? Are you going to say that France is going to be 2-1 in this?
I wouldn't go that far. I would say like 1-1, meaning the 90 minutes are over, then it goes to extra time for 30 more minutes, and then once it goes to penalties, that's when they have each like 5 shots. It's basically like a best out of 5. First person to basically get to 4 wins the whole thing. So it would go to France. I think it would go to France. But at the same time, France has been known to fuck up penalties terribly.
Okay.
It's history that they fucked up a lot of penalties. But this year, I feel like things are different, so it might just go to France. But I wouldn't be mad if it was the other way around. I seriously would be really happy.
Yeah. We should also mention that this is Messi's final World Cup.
Mm-hmm. And this is a dope way to end it.
Yes. Especially the fact is that, Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't able to, his team got eliminated. So I know there's a lot of pressure with Messi, especially the people that value Cristiano, more than Messi.
Yeah, but, see, what Messi cares more about is just, doing what's best for the team. Ronaldo cares more about doing what's best for himself, his image, his ego, and everything. And I feel like at the end of all of this, all of it falls under is pure legacy. It's all about legacy at the end of all of this. I mean, France, we have Mbappe, the coconut looking dude.
Yeah, I think so.
Mbappe is young. He's like 24, 25 or something like that. His problem is that, him being surrounded by these people like Messi, Neymar, and I guess Ronaldo as well eventually, he kind of needs to, take a step back and be like, yo, all right, these are people who've been through it, longer than I have. They know about the game more than I do. And I feel like he has a lot of lack of humility. He wants to be the central, You know, he wants to be the person that people talk about. He wants to be the guy that, you know, just you know, he just wants to be that guy. You know what I mean? The main character syndrome.
Yes.
When he's literally playing in a team with two of the best players in the entire world, and I think it would be great for Argentina to win so that Mbappe can shut up in a way and, you know, know his place. But at the same time, it would be great to see if Mbappe can back up his, like if he can truly back up everything he's been, you know, really preaching. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it's weird, you know.
But, you know, all I know is that this is going to probably be one of the greatest finals to the World Cup.
I believe it. I think it's the best one of my lifetime. Like, definitely. I've lived to see 3 World Cups. I mean, there was one in 2010, but I don't have a single bit of memory about. Like, all I know is that Shakira did that waka waka, you know. That's all I know. All right. Then 2014, I started watching. I saw Argentina versus Germany. They lost. Like, Argentina lost against Germany. Then it was 2018. We bullied the fuck out of these Croatians. And then, well, and, you know, this year we're going to see how we do against Argentina. But last time we played against Argentina in the World Cup, we actually beat them.
Okay.
And it was in the round of 16. So that was at the, you know, the beginning of the, like, it was the first round of the knockouts. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, if you remember, what was the score of that match? What was the score there?
Let's see. It was 4-3.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this could be a close one.
Yeah. I mean, there, you know, the 3 goals that Argentina scored. Wait, let me see. Was Messi even playing? There's no way Messi could have not been playing. Oh yeah, Messi was playing. Yeah. Well, I don't know. But things are almost like way too poetic because you have Messi, who in this World Cup has scored 5 goals in 6 matches. And what about Mbappe? I'm pretty sure it's the same. World Cup 2022 stats. Let me see. Fuck. They're not showing me what I want to see. He has scored. Not showing me shit, man. 6 matches. How many goals? Okay. They're really not telling me shit, man.
Well, maybe they're not. Oh,
There you go.
did you find it?
6 matches, 5 goals. Same exact
Okay.
thing. So it's literally Messi versus Mbappe. That is some crazy shit.
Yeah, so this could be the closest match of the World Cup.
It's the most poetic, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, to be truly honest, this has been an amazing World Cup, and I'm excited for tomorrow. That's at 4 p.m. I'm gonna be there. You know, I don't know if we'll see if I, you know, do a call with the boys while it happens.
I'll try and see if I can make it there.
Oh,
But
shit.
you know, yeah, but I do have plans on getting a haircut tomorrow. But it'll
Okay.
be before the World Cup, so I don't know how.
Yeah, it would be at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. your
Yeah,
time. I don't know if you can possibly do that, but it goes on for like an hour and a half minimum. So maybe you could, like, you don't have to be there for the entire beginning, but
yeah,
at least, you know, some part of it.
yeah, definitely. But this is I mean, even though I don't really know much about the World Cup, because I haven't really been watching too much of sports really. I'm hyped for this one though. I'm hyped for this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting, man. But I mean, like you should watch football. It's definitely like a lot of people, especially Americans, a lot of people like to just shit on the sport, saying it's like not it doesn't require skill, but it requires a fuck ton of skill.
I
Anyone,
think every sport requires skill, really.
of course,
To be able to play in a what like a 90-minute match or however long it is.
Mhm.
You're constantly running, kicking, everything. You gotta have some muscle in that.
Mhm.
You have to make sure you're not dehydrated.
That's why there's like a 15-minute break after each half.
Yeah,
So
but
we've been
this
live
is
for 2 hours. I've not gotten a single message from Crystal since that, unfortunately.
uh,
So I think it's going to
well,
be safe to say that I will end it there, and I'll see if I can talk to Crystal privately to catch up with him and shit. I miss the
okay,
dude. I really miss the dude.
yeah, me too.
But yeah, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this. I didn't mean to make this podcast all too delicate. But I guess, with how society's working and shit like that, I guess it's one thing to look at, in retrospect, just the the different things that go on in this world. It's sometimes very questionable. I want to thank
Yeah.
everybody who watched the podcast or listened to it. I will not be seeing you guys next Saturday because I am going to be taking that time off for Christmas. So, yeah, you guys know how we go. This is like the third time we're doing this. We will not be doing a podcast episode next Saturday. We will be taking that time off for Christmas so I can let myself, Jelani, and everybody else who is involved with the podcast spend time with their families as much as they can possible to really stay in the spirit. Anyways, if I was doing the podcast, next Saturday, I wouldn't even have the time. But it's like, to me, it's a moral thing that, hey, we don't do the podcast next week. So it's going to be a chill one, and I'm pretty sure that the week after would be New Year's Eve. So that's definitely going to be dope. We'll do a little New Year's Eve little thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I won't be there for my countdown, but it would be definitely dope to, be there on New Year's Eve. Actually, I might move that one to the New Year episode. I think I might move that one to January 1st because I'm thinking about dinner as well. So I might cancel that one too, but bring it on to the next day. So,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
So the
Because
next,
I
yeah.
do want to, because I do want to see how the new year is, and I think I think a podcast episode will be a great way to start off the new year.
hmm Considering we've done it 3 times, it will be our third time doing it.
Hmm.
So, um, sorry.
It's all right.
So the next time that I will be seeing you guys is on the podcast because I'm still doing videos and shit. Next time I'll see you guys is on the 1st of January. It's on a Sunday. Mark your calendars. That will be the next time I will be doing the podcast. So it's going to be, basically like just a 2-week break, I guess, in a
Yeah.
way. Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching the podcast episode. See you guys on January 1st. Bless up and stay hype.
Reach the top.
Hell yeah. And fuck cancel culture, fuck Lady Gaga, and go fuck yourselves, penis.